A huge warm welcome to the art vlog from down here in Eastbourne, where hopefully you can see behind me I'm at the Towner Gallery to explore the 2023 Turner Prize. The Turner Prize was founded in 1984 with the intention of giving oxygen and publicity and ultimately a greater connection with the British public to contemporary art, and it's grown into one of the greatest contemporary art prizes in the world. Today, 4 contenders will fight it out for the prize, which is worth £25,000. Over the years, some of the greatest names in contemporary British art, like Grayson Perry, Damien Hirst, Lubena Hamid, Gilbert and George, and many others have won the Turner Prize. I suppose it's fair to say that within the art world we're often moaners, and we sometimes moan about the quality of the selection or the quality of the field that year and how it reflects the state of British art. But ultimately, just a bit like the NME back in the day, where music lovers would moan furiously and debate its opinions, by goodness me, we missed it when it stopped being in print, and I think that's true with the Turner Prize as well. I always go to the Turner Prize with an open mind. I really love the fact that every other year it takes place in a gallery somewhere else in the UK outside of London. Recently that's included Hull, Coventry, Londonderry, Derry, and now Eastbourne. And I can't wait to go inside. I've seen a couple of the contenders before, but as I say, a couple I've not seen any of their work live, so I'm really excited. This is on all the way until the 14th of April. The Turner Prize itself will be judged on the 5th of December. And so how it's going to work is we're going to give each artist an individual viewing. I'll talk a little bit about the work and what I think it means. And then we will, I will let you know who I think should win based on my opinion. What I'd absolutely love is if you visit the Turner Prize, or if you're just watching the video, then you would comment on whether you agree with me or not. And also do let me know what you think about the overall quality of this year's show. I don't know yet, I'm just about to head in. So come and join me as we see the 2023 Turner Prize in action. The Turner Prize is about the voice of the artist as much as anything, and downstairs you're able to hear this voice by engaging in video pieces, which I'm going to put links to in the description, with all the artists. In a couple of places I found the videos as engaging in some ways and as interesting, maybe even more so than the works themselves, because the artists are very articulate. Ghislaine Leung's work explores artistic practice and also the relationship between the artist and the institution where the art's being displayed. She produces scores, text-based instructions or descriptions that are realised by the gallery. In this way she's giving up, or rather sharing, authorship of her work. This must lead to an awful amount of trust in the gallery space. Violet 2, for example, has the following instruction: all parts of a ventilation system removed from Network Al Spa during its 2017 refurbishment are reinstalled within the space of the exhibition and fixed from the floor, using as much of the material as possible while keeping it all interconnecting. Spare pieces that do not fit in this configuration are bracketed together in smaller formations, and a welcome sign is installed. Now, this obviously, this installation, which you can see here, is very different in different gallery spaces. It's up to the gallery to fit this to a space. Fountains has the simple instruction: a fountain installed in the exhibition space to cancel sound. Another theme that Leung explores in her work is the idea of compartmentalizing your life and breaking this down. She looks at different roles she has, like mother and artist, and explores these. And Hours, which you can see here, is probably my favourite work and the most universal of these. The wall is split into all 168 hours of the week, and that black square you can see in a minute is the hours that Leung gets to spend in her precious studio time. I think this is a universal work and will speak to a lot of people who are juggling time, maybe aspiring artists as well. The second artist on show, Rory Pilgrim, combines music making, image making, and working with people to create his art. The main centerpiece of his display is the film piece Rafts, which is over an hour long, and basically sees Pilgrim working with 8 people from Dagenham from an arts organisation called Green Shoots Arts to produce a piece that combines music with poetry and some narration as well. And he's very much an activist artist. He wants to create a space where people feel free to speak, to be listened and to be heard. And he uses the metaphor of a raft, that most fragile form of transport, for people to kind of bounce off and link off. And he created this work in winter 2019. And obviously it went on through this incredibly difficult time of COVID, often on Zoom.
Here in my garden, the walls would disappear and the world would widen. And I wouldn't no longer feel like I was just in Dagenham. There's more to just being in Dagenham. There's more to just another lockdown. There's more to this face behind a mask.
The clips you've just seen are from a live performance of Rafts at Cadogan Hall. This is shown at 3:30 every day. Throughout the rest of the day is the actual film piece itself, which you can see on rotation at different times. On the top floor are 2 artists, the first of which is Jesse Darling. And as you enter the gallery space showing his range of works, it's almost like you're coming through a checkpoint, I think deliberately. And these galleries provide quite a hostile environment in lots of ways. They're certainly not aesthetically beautiful. Darling uses ready-mades to create much of his work, and he says in the video downstairs that he's very, very interested in the lifespan of materials like steel and plastic, whose elements can be in some cases traced back millions of years. One of the big themes that you can see through the crowd control barriers is about control, borders, immigration, and I think that's relevant in a coastal town such as Eastbourne, which is perceived as being on the front line of immigration questions in the country. It should be said, this sounds heavy, but there's undoubted humour to his work in lots of ways. This maypole, for example, explores national identity and was apparently danced around to be created by members of the Towner Gallery as well. Some art lovers will find the concrete and steel and polystyrene aesthetically unpleasing. But there is real drama to the work Big Dipper, a familiar motif of Darling, who's used roller coaster tracks before. In this case, it bursts through the gallery before splitting up. And there are also quieter works surrounding, including repetitive use of ceramics, and it's worth having a look. There's a huge amount to see in this gallery, and I think it's one that if I was going to sum it up, it would be an attempt by the artist to capture the state of the nation, and also to capture the wider environmental crisis as well. Darling says in the video, the apocalypse is here, but it's unevenly distributed. This is a political work attempting to capture Britain in all its ugly, chaotic, and sometimes beautiful and humorous reality. Barbara Walker's Burden of Proof brings together a series of works which confronts the Windrush scandal, and it centres on these massive charcoal drawings drawn directly onto the gallery wall, which loom above you. And these drawings will be symbolically washed away by the artist at the end of the Turner Prize show. So as you're looking at these, that you'll be one of the only people who is able to bear witness to this centerpiece to the exhibition. On the gallery wall surrounding this epic, massive piece of work are a series of pieces, also part of the Burden of Proof work, which show images of victims of the Windrush scandal, drawings, portraits, combined with the documents that helped prove that they had the right to remain in the UK. The monochromatic portraits are kind of imprinted, as you can see here, on hand-drawn versions of the documents which prove the wrong of the British government. The upper gallery with Jessie Darling and Barbara Walker is very political, but these works are just searing. They're incredibly humane as well. The art lover is immediately struck at the contrast between the dignity, humanity and empathy of the portraits and the very formal bureaucratic language of the documents needed, and they should never have been needed, to prove the right to remain. And I think this work, Burden of Proof, serves another purpose as well, because outside of those communities and individuals affected by this, the Windrush scandal is no longer front page news. And yet it was obviously a very, very, very important revelation, and a deeply scandalous one. And so by producing this work, Walker is not just bringing faces to individuals who were affected by this, but also reminding us as a whole that this can never ever happen again.
I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough of the Turner Prize 2023 here at the Town Gallery in Eastbourne. It's really great to be back here. It's one of my favourite galleries in the southeast, and it was brilliant to see how popular it is. This is the second time I've been. I went last Sunday and I'm back down here on Saturday, and both times I've thoroughly enjoyed the business and the people engaging with the art. I didn't think, I have to say, it's not a vintage Turner Prize. You don't come away thinking, wow, the British art scene is in fantastic shape, I have to say. But having said that, I particularly enjoyed the two works on the top floor. The Jessie Darling piece, the brutalist, rather ugly State of the Nation piece of conceptual installation art, and also the Barbara Walker pictures. And I think that if I had to choose a winner, it would certainly be the Barbara Walker show, which definitely I think will stand the test of time. It's both beautiful in the lovely charcoal and drawings, some of which are going to be wiped off the gallery wall, and also deeply moving from a historical point of view. So that's my winner, Barbara Walker. But having said that, do you agree? I did get something out of all the pieces of art, I should say. I'm being a bit harsh and negative, and it's wonderful to see things down here at the Town Gallery, this jewel on the southeast coast, where I've seen wonderful shows over the years, like William Gere and David Nash. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Do you agree with me? Do you think that Barbara Walker is a deserved winner? I think that Jessie Darling's going to be the favourite, the bookie's favourite, but for me, I think that Barbara Walker should cause an upset. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the Art Vlog, hit that notification bell for loads more reviews of shows from across London, the South East and beyond. And most importantly of all, don't forget to get out there and explore the wonderfully rich UK art scene. See you soon.